To whoever may be watching this, it's my sincere hope that whatever is said here will be offered as a beacon of light, but more importantly, help you in discovering who you really are. This video has been a long time coming. Very briefly, since I don't really talk much about past occurrences, because as you will probably find out, it's quite irrelevant. I would say about 15 years ago, I read a book called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. This book was given to me by somebody very dear who knew at that time I needed to hear that message. 15 years later, there's been quite a journey, a spiritual journey, which led to tremendous levels of awakening and understanding the truth of who I am. The I am is not what you think it is. You are not your thoughts. You're not a concept. You were not born with concepts. When you were born free. Everything that you've learned has been conditioned. Full conditioning. Not a single thought you have is original. What I'm saying is just my realization. It is not something that I'm trying to prove. You will know the truth within your own heart. And that's the beautiful thing about the truth. It doesn't hide. You are always the truth. What is the truth? What are we talking about when people say the truth? The truth, the fact is, it's the truth of who you are. You are far greater than what you think you are. And that's why we need to wake up right now in this world, to unite in that understanding. Because the darkness, and when we say the darkness, some people call it the matrix. There's so many words, but words just point to something. The word in itself is just an utterance that comes out of your mouth. The matrix, as it's become very popular, given that famous movie, which I love, by the way. I think that was a great movie because it planted a seed in many people, including myself. This matrix is fully conditioned. It exists on a three-dimensional plane. It's holographic. It's a simulation. And the minute you find out who you are, that's when that matrix crumbles. That's when you see through everything. And it's a undisputable recognition. It is so crystal clear that there is not a single ounce of doubt in your mind of what the matrix is and who you are. And once you know that truth, which is already here, you already are that truth. There's just been a very deep veil of conditioning that's been placed upon your perception of things, because your perception of things has been adulterated by the machine of conditioning that has taken over our society. And that freedom has been hidden from us. Our true power has been hidden from us. We are universal beings. We're not a person. What is a person? A person, for lack of a better word, ego, is a construct, are concepts. And we use concepts, which are very useful for communication. The problem is when we identify with the concepts, you are not a concept. So I am, let's say, Swedish. I am this, I am that. These are all concepts. And here's the thing about concepts. No two single human beings see the same thing exactly the same way on anything whatsoever. Like, for example, let's look at what happiness means to somebody. Every single human being has a slight variation or interpretation what they think happiness means to them. So if every single human being has a different perspective on what happiness, and this goes for everything, for fear or what constitutes success. Somebody's image of success is entirely different than another. Even two people that seem to share the exact same ideas on success, their own projections, and because of their conditioning, everybody has had a different conditioning. There are no two people have exactly the same conditioning. So that means that there is no commonality in terms of that. It's an opaque reality that we've created. And there are not two people that share the same perspective of anything. So who is right then? When we look at dogmas, people are so fervently adherent to their dogmas, and they profess that their dogmas, or let's say their religion, or their company, or their country, or their nationality is the best. We're the best. We're number one. What do you mean? That's ridiculous. There's no such thing as the best. There's no such thing as the worst. These are all contrived, made up notions based upon concepts. You need to wake up to that. This hit me very hard a few years ago, and it was good because I lived in a contrived existence, believing my mind, which drove me crazy. I mean, whose mind is sane? Seriously. If we could have a loudspeaker connected to our thoughts, walking around the street saying everything that we think of, everybody would think we're nuts, right? But that is not the case, because when you wake up, and the quickest way to wake up is just disidentify from your thinking, disidentify from your thoughts, just be present and observe with detachment. I can't tell you how many times I heard this and how frustrating it was for me to do that. It took me years. And the good news is, I think that there is an evolution happening around this planet. I feel there are certain vibrations and energies that are helping and act as a conduit towards waking up. It seems much easier now than it was even 10 years ago, for some reason. That's all that I see from my perspective. And again, because perspectives are based on conditioning, there are never going to be two perspectives that are exactly the same. And that's why you need to find out the truth of who you are, because that's not a perspective. The truth is not a perspective. The truth is here right now. It's not an objective reality. This is not an objective reality, by the way. This is not your body. This is not your mind. When you wake up, you totally see this. I mean, it's as clear as the sky above us. And I struggled with that understanding for so long because I was trying to understand it mentally. You will never, ever, ever understand that mentally. That's why we need to transcend the mind. You need to transcend thoughts. Reality is not a thought. Reality is not a thought, and you are not a thought. I wanted to make this video short. I hope to do many more. But my recommendation is, if this resonates with you, dig deeper. There are many people now who are talking about the truth. There are many ways in which the truth is coming out, because the truth is omnipresent and omnipotent, and you are the truth. Bless you.